Hi, today we're going to explain area under the curve. Here we have the operation of y equals x to the square minus 4. The first step is to put your equation with your limits. Your limits are 2 and minus 2. The next step is to graph. So here we can see that x to the square is a parable. So you draw your parable. Then you need to integrate your initial equation. So you get x to the cube over 3 minus 4x. The next step is to plug in your values. So first you will plug in the 2. Then you need to use the minus sign and you plug in the minus 2. Then you need to plug all of this in your calculator, and in the end you get this result. And this is an area, so you need to put u to the square.
Under the curve. First, we have our equation and both of our limits. The first step is to graph the equation. In this case, it's a parabola. The second step is to integrate the equation. And here we have x squared over 2 plus 3x to the cube over 3 plus c and the limits. Because of the limits, we cancel out the c and we go to step 3. In the step 3, we have to substitute the limits into the x. And then make the difference between the limits. Finally, doing the difference, we have our result, that is 472 u squared.
Our next example will be with x to the cube. Our first step is to graph it. So in here we can see that it is kind of an asymptote. So in here, to put our limits, we can see that the minus 2, it's in the bottom, and the 1 is the one in the top. So here now, we have to integrate our function. This integral is really easy. We just have to put our x to the 4th over 4, and we have to plug in the two values. As we know, the 1 is on the top, so we put it on the top, and the 2 is on the bottom. So now that we have integrated, we have to plug in our two values, our two limits, and put them inside of the function. So first we put our 1 instead of the x, and then we subtract it with the same function, but now putting the minus 2 inside of the x. This will give you a 4 plus 4. And now you just have to plug in this in the calculator and you will get this result.
So, in this video, I'm going to explain the area under the cube of sine of x. So first we need to graph. So this is the graph of sine of x. And as you can see, our range is from 0 to pi. So then it's from 0 to pi. And a hidden function we need to realize is that x equals to 0 since we only have one function. So it's here marked our range. So this is the area, the one shadow, the one we need to obtain. So it's easy. We need to integrate sine of x, which is minus cosine of x, and then we substitute our values. So it's minus cosine of pi minus cosine of 0. So if we substitute the value, cosine of pi is minus 1 and cosine of 0 is 1. So the final result is 2.